The female reproductive system.
Female reproductive system. It's designed to carry out several functions. It produces the female egg cells necessary for reproduction. It's designed to transport the ova to the site of fertilization. The fertilization of an egg by a sperm normally occurs in the fallopian tubes. The next step for the fertilized egg is to implant into the walls of the uterus, beginning the initial stages of pregnancy. If fertilization and implantation does not take place, the system is designed to menstruate monthly. In addition, the female reproductive system produces female sex hormones that maintain the reproductive cycle.
The functions. There are four functions, but the main function is to reproduce and to survive. The following are: it produces eggs and sperm cells, transports and sustains cells, and develops and nurtures offspring.
Uterus, a hollow muscular organ that is responsible for the development of the embryo and fetus during pregnancy. Clitoris, a small tissue in the vulva. It contains thousands of nerve endings that make it a sensitive organ. Touch stimulation of nerves in the clitoris produces sensations of sexual pleasure.
The vagina is an elastic muscular canal with a soft, that is a flexible lining and provides not only sensation and lubrication, also provides protection to the system. Ovaries. Ovaries are the primary female reproductive organ. These glands have three very important functions that are secret hormones, protect the egg, and release egg for possible fertilization.
The fallopian tubes. They have the important job of carrying the egg from the ovary to the uterus. There's a section in the fallopian tubes called the ampulla. It's generally where the egg is fertilized by the men's sperm. The cervix. Its main function is to produce a mucus that aids carrying the sperm from the vagina to the uterus when it can be fertilized if the woman is ovulating.
Bartholin's glands. They produce fluid that keeps the vagina moist. The fluid travels to the vagina through the ducts.
Endometrium, the superficial lining of the uterus. It changes according to the menstrual cycle. In the first half of the cycle, it proliferates and increases in layers. Then ovulation occurs, leading to the secretory phase. It's located in the uterus wall.
The following is a video of the menstrual cycle.
Menstruation, also called having a period. As girls get older and their bodies change, they get their periods. The uterus is the part inside the body where a baby grows when a woman is pregnant. The inner lining of the uterus supports and nourishes the developing baby. If there is no baby, the lining is shed during her period. During a period, blood and other tissue from the uterus leave the body through the vagina. A period can last from a few days to about a week. You may have heard doctors talk about the menstrual cycle. This is the time from one period to another, usually about 28 days. Day 1 of the menstrual cycle is the first day of a period. The uterus starts to shed its lining. As soon as the period ends, the uterus prepares again to receive a fertilized egg. Eggs are released from a woman's ovaries. Eggs are super tiny, 1/10 the size of a poppy seed. Women have two ovaries, one on each side. The fallopian tubes lead from each ovary to the uterus. In the middle of the menstrual cycle, an ovary releases an egg. After ovulation, the egg travels down the fallopian tube. It takes a few days to complete the journey. Meanwhile, the lining of the uterus gradually gets thicker so it can support the development of a fertilized egg. If the egg gets fertilized, it will implant in the uterus and the woman is pregnant. If the egg is not fertilized, the woman is not pregnant and the egg will begin to dissolve. Because the woman is not pregnant, the lining of the uterus is not needed. A woman will have her monthly period, and the cycle begins again.
Hormones of the female reproductive system. Estrogen. They develop the secondary sex characteristics that appear at puberty. Progesterone. Levels fluctuate during the menstrual cycle. Gonadotropin releasing hormones. Stimulate the production of follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone. Stimulate the follicles to produce estrogen and progesterone during menstrual cycle. Luteinizing hormone. Triggers ovulation and development of the corpus luteum.